The star of the show, Ben Brown, has been good enough to join us. Ben, thank you very much for your time. We saw a lot of your work pre-game in building the game up for the Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday appeal. An amazing effort from yourself. What's the buzz like in the rooms?
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. It's amazing down here. You know, it's great to get a big win. I think, you know, last year was a bit of a lean year for us, but I think it's great reward for us. We've done a lot of work over the pre-season. It's been a long pre-season, and now we can celebrate for a bit. Footy's always got another week, so, you know, we'll be focused on that pretty quickly. But for now, we're just going to celebrate a nice win.
Ben, Dermot Burton, congratulations on a fantastic win, really wonderfully played by you, and also the wonderful interview you did with the little fella before the game. That was magnificent, and well done by you for that. I just want to ask you about the way your team attacked St Kilda today. There was no corralling, you came up to them and you really got in their faces and forced them into error.
Yeah, I think that's the great thing about, I suppose, from my perspective, is having a forward line group which can really pressure strongly. You know, we've had Jed Anderson come in the first 2 weeks. He's been absolutely outstanding in that area, and Kane Turner and Jai Simpkin as well. Jack Zeebel's been spending a little bit more time forward. Having guys like that to be able to pressure up the field is really positive, but I think each line did an amazing job. The defenders set up really well. The amount of intercept possessions they took was amazing, but just having all those guys out there last year, we had a big bunch of them injured last year, so you know, great to have them all out there, and you know, I think that makes us a better team for sure.
Benny, how did you feel during the game? Could you tell at quarter time and half time there was a very low standard of skills out in the field, and how did the coach address it?
Oh yeah, I think both sides were playing really high pressure game styles. We know that St Kilda pressure really well, and I think it was a bit of a stalemate, I suppose, at half time, and it definitely felt that way as a forward. A lot of balls bouncing back and forth, and not too many marks directly out in front of goal, so we're having pings from everywhere. But yeah, I suppose that second half, it had to open up in some way, and for us it was great that we were able to keep our pressure up and also win the contested ball and start winning it forward. And you know, I think it was a really positive step forward for us.
Benny, congratulations on not just the win but also your personal performance. A lot was made about the conditions last week, what it would take out of North's legs. What did you do in particular this week? Obviously it was a light week, but is there anything you did especially to make sure you recovered, because you ran the game out very strongly?
Yeah, I suppose it's difficult to take a lot out of last week. I suppose it's a fairly different conditions and surface this week to last, I suppose. So, you know, we just tried to focus on the things that we've been working on throughout the pre-season, and you know, it was really good that we were able to put together a full four-quarter effort and to actually, you know, run a team off their legs, I suppose, to an extent. And we knew St Kilda were going to come out really hard, and I know that they wouldn't be feeling like they played at their best level, but you know, we'll take the positives where we can get them. We've got a lot of work to do, but we'll try and take that in next week now.
Ben, I don't expect you to denigrate your opposition, but how does the situation rise when you have more North Melbourne forwards ahead of the footy, with the footy coming forward, than you have St Kilda opponents?
Oh, you know, that's a difficult one. I suppose that's the nature of the game now, is that at certain times with the pressing defences that we've got today, that you're going to have players forward of the ball, and I suppose, you know, they'd be looking at that during the week, and so are we. We had situations like that go on, you know, last week and this week. It's something that we've been doing a lot of work on. I suppose making sure that as a forward group, again, that we're pushing up the ground and helping the mids and the defenders defend. So I suppose we can only really focus on what we're doing, and I think it was a really positive one for us today.
You're very polite, Ben.
Ben, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations, not just on the win, but on the great work you've done with the Royal Children's Hospital this week.
Yeah, good stuff.
Thanks very much, guys. Cheers.